Hi guys, it's Katie here from Creativa, and I just wanted to do a little flip through today of this little project that I've made. So usually the mini albums that I make are quite large, but lately I have been really enjoying projects that are much quicker to complete, so you get that sense of satisfaction much earlier. And so I wanted to create something that was really quick but also really fun and cute. And I think that this little Teapot Mini Album is super fun and cute, and it was really easy to make and quite quick as well, so I thought I'd share it with you. So it's just an album that's held together with the ring. I don't think I've ever done an album like that before, so that was fun too. No binding, easy peasy. So I've just used this ring, and I've just attached all these lovely little bits of ribbon to the ring, and then there are 8 pages in my album, and as you can see they are shaped like a teapot. So this is the cover. It has got an eyelet in the top so that I can hang things off, and I have done that for all of my pages. So all 8 pages have got the little eyelet in the top so I can hang things from the top. This cover has got an overlay on here, so this pattern here is an overlay, and I cut it out of white cardstock, but then I've also embossed it with white embossing powder, so it's a bit shiny, and also it just gives it a little bit of dimension. So I think that looks awesome. And then off this eyelet here I've hung this little tea bag, and a little shaker tea bag, which I thought was really cute. And then these flowers here I cut out of the scrapbook paper I used, which is a downloadable scrapbook paper. So I just I could print out as many of each of the pages as I wanted to. So that's one of the reasons why I really love printable scrapbook paper. So anyway, I just cut some of the flowers out of the scrapbook paper. I put a little bit of Winker Stella on there, and then I've covered the whole thing with glossy accents and put some diamantes on here. These are some flowers that were just out of my stash. So that's the cover, and then all the pages are pocket pages. So I've left this little gap up here open, and I can fit these little photo mats in there, and I've just put an eyelet on the top, and on this one a little bit of the gingham ribbon, which was super cute. And so the scrapbook paper, I printed it out as 4 to a page, and then I just cut my mat half a centimetre wider, and they fit in here really well. So I think I printed it at 9 by 13 centimetres, so then I cut my mat at 9.5 by 13.5, and I just slid it in here. Well, it did go in easier than that before. I've got cold morning hands, nothing's working. So that all like that, and I won't pull them all out because that will be annoying. Okay, so that's my cover, and then it just opens up like that on the ring, which is easy. So then there's pockets that go with each of the, or pockets that fit on the actual teapot shape itself. So this is the little spout pocket, and in the spout pocket I've got this little bag here. It's actually the tea bag, the same tea bag as I use for the shaker one on the front. I've just made it really big. I've just cut it out of copy paper, and I just ran it through my embossing, through my Big Shot with an embossing folder. It had this roses pattern on it, which I thought was cute, and then I just put this the little hexagon teapot, or tea bag tag, you know, your little dunky one. And these little embellishments that I've got all the way through, that I've foiled, are from Cricut Design Space. So I just did them as a printing cut, and I printed them with black ink on my laser printer, and then I laminated them, or I foiled them by putting them through my laminator, and I got really excited, and I love doing that. So everything's been foiled in here. And so in here I've just put a little insert, and I didn't bother with matting that, but I've put this little teapot on here. So this teapot is foiled as well. It's got this sort of pinky foil on it, And it's the SVG file, so it's actually this teapot overlay here. It's exactly the same. I've just shrunk it right down, and I flattened it. I printed it out in black, and yeah, I ran it through my laminator with the foiling to make it look like that. And I thought that was really gorgeous. So I certainly went quite crazy with the laminating and the foiling and the laminating, but it was good fun. So, Cricut Design Space also had, I don't know why I keep having problems with this. Let's just put it to the side, shall we? Cricut Design Space had lots and lots of different decals and things that say tea on them or refer to tea. So I had a really good time finding all of those and doing things with them. So that's the same with this tag. This is from Cricut Design Space, and I foiled that as well, and it just sits in under that little bit of lace. This is actually a die from Tim Holtz. It's one of the crochet ones, and I just thought it went really well with this, and it's really good for using up all those little skinny scraps of leftover bits of paper and cardstock. So I think it works really well here. And then I made these cupcakes. So they are cut out on white cardstock, and then I put some mats down underneath, and then this overlay that goes all the way around over the top, and then I put some blingy sprinkles on top. So the album is pretty similar all the way through. There are 3 different pockets. There's the spout pocket, there's a handle pocket, there's a bottom pocket, and a belly band as well. So, and then the tea bag and other things. So one of the other things that comes with it is the teacup. So this is the teacup here, and this is also from Cricut Design Space. And then I've also put a photo mat in there, and this is the little bottom pocket here. And again, we have the little side insert, so there's plenty of room there. And that's another little tag from Cricut Design Space. It was so much fun. I loved making this. It's so girly, and there's bling, and I did embossing, and I went to town with the foiling. Here's another one of those cupcakes, and another photo mat. And this is the belly band here. And a bit more glossy accents and bling. Another on this side, I've got another one of those little shaker tea bags, I made lots of those because I was having fun with that. That little foil teapot again, another cupcake, and another tea bag. And this is the spout handle. So I think we've seen spout pocket. So I think we've seen all of those now. So there's the cupcake and the teacup and all the different pockets. So as you can see, it's pretty similar all the way through, but I was having fun, and I think there's lots of space to put things in. I don't know where that came from, in here. With the little side inserts that we have here, I don't know why it was, there we go. We've got all these little side inserts, plus all the pockets. There's actually quite a lot of room to put things in here as well. So I think these would be great for Mother's Day, kitchen teas, grandmas, mums. I think it's gorgeous. So as you can see, I've got lots of inserts in everywhere, and I just went to town with the ribbon and the bling, the shakers. Really had a great time. So yeah, 8 pages. I really love the cupcakes. Aren't they cute? Just love them. And yeah, you can make as many or as few pages as that you like, because it's just on the ring, no binding. It's really simple to do. No tabs or anything, so I just put glue on the bottom and the top and stuck it down, and it was, you know, no binding, no tabs, really easy. So that's my album. And I just wanted to show you a couple of the things that I used to make this album. So first of all, I used this paper, this digital paper. There's 14 of them, and they're A4, but you can also print them on letter. You just have to click fit to page when you print it out, and it will fit on your letter size as well. So there's 14 there, and this one I printed on my laser printer, which has been a bit funny. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it sort of fades in and out a bit. So then I tried printing it on my inkjet printer, and look at the difference in colour. It's really amazing. So I just thought it'd be worth mentioning to you that you'll get different results with different printers, but I think that, you know, I like this just as much. So you know, just something worth bearing in mind. This pattern here and this one here is actually the same as the overlay that I used here on the teapot, so I thought it was nice how some of the papers actually matched the overlay as well. And that's also a design that I've used for my Essentia mini album, so this would work really well with that as well. So I used that paper, and then my teapot itself, I used this set of SVG files. So, oh, did I say? This is available in my Etsy store, I can't remember. So I'll put the link in the description box below, and you can head over and have a look at that one if you're interested. And the same with this, it's also available in my Etsy store. So these are the SVG files that you can download from my Etsy store, and then you upload it to, well, I use a Cricut, but any electronic cutting machine, and then you can make your own little mini album or cards. I think they'd make good cards, but I just wanted to show you what they look like. So this is the size that they actually come in, and but as you can see, I just sized it all up. So you can see it's quite a bit bigger, the album I made. But you could also make one this size. I think this would be a fabulous size for a card, and I think I might even have a go at making a card. Anyway, you get this overlay, which is here, and then you get the mat that goes on top of the teapot and the actual teapot piece itself. So that's sort of the element. This is the mat, and then this is the overlay that goes on top like so. So you get those three things. If you I'll tell you that in a minute. Then we've got this teapot up here, which is split into three pieces, and they're the pockets and the belly band. So that piece in the middle is the belly band. So there's the belly band, and then there's the mat that comes on top. And then you have these pockets. So here's the spout pocket. So this is the actual piece itself. And then this little bit guy on top is the mat. So, I mean, that's one of the great things about creating things with SVGs, is that you can mat a funny shape like that, and it takes you no time at all. So I think that's fabulous. So that's my little spout pocket, and all I did was put a little glue around the edges and left this side open, then stuck it down to my teapot, and I still had plenty of room to put things in. And then this is my handle pocket, this one here. So that's the actual piece itself, and then the little mat that goes on top. Then this funny guy here is the bottom mat, so it fits on, let's just get out the teapot for a second. This guy here fits on your teapot down the bottom there, so here's your bottom mat, bottom pocket and mat. It would help if I had them the right way around. There's your bottom pocket and then the mat that goes on top, so you have that little bottom pocket as well. So one thing that I wanted to say is, if you wanted to make it as a pocket page, or you were matting the back of it, you need to remember that you probably would be best off to duplicate these pieces in your software, and then flip them before you cut them out, because if you want to mat the back of this, you'll find that this will not fit. So you need to actually flip this before you cut it out, so that it will fit. And that's the same with all the handles as well. You know, to get this to mat, particularly the mats, if you want to mat it, then you need to actually flip it over before you cut it out, so that it will fit on this side as well. Thought that was worth mentioning. And if that's confusing, I'm happy to do a tutorial. Just let me know, and I will definitely do a tutorial. But I don't want to do one if everybody knows what I'm talking about. But I don't know if I explained it very well. Anyway, there's the little cupcake that we've got here. So that comes in 3 pieces, or 4 pieces actually. So this is a little overlay. So you could have fun with that, cutting that out of glitter or foil or something, or doing something to it, you know. You could emboss it in a different colour, or there's so many things you could do. This is the actual cupcake piece itself that's under here, so you could just cut out this piece and then put the overlay on top and go to town. I was actually thinking it would be great if you cut this out of watercolour paper or mixed media and then did some watercolours on the cupcake. I wish I'd done that now. And then you can go for your life with glitter and bling. And then there's also these two little mats here, so you could mat the top and the bottom separately, so you could have one colour on top for your icing and then a different one down the bottom for your little little cupcake holder pan thing. I think I might have that. There we go. And then you could also put the overlay on top of the whole lot as well. So there's lots of options there. Or you could just do it like that. Or you could do it like that. You know, there's so many things you could do with that. And I feel like you could even do this as a shaker. You know, if you cut this out of acetate and then you could sandwich this on each side or something like that. I haven't really thought that one through, but I think that would be fun. So that's the cupcake. And then we have the teacup. So this is the teacup, and then this is the mat for that. And you could do a shaker teacup too. Oh, I'm so all over the place with the shakers at the moment. Anyway, so that's that one. Then the last one is the tea bag. So I did the shaker tea bags that you saw in mine. This is the actual tea bag piece itself. I made it super simple. I didn't put any score lines on it, but all you need to do is just fold it in half and glue down the sides, and you have a tea bag. So there's also the mats for those, if you would like to mat it. So that's worth bearing in mind. And don't forget that you can make these different sizes as well. So of course mine I sized up and made it into a little bag that could then be a little go in one of the pockets, so you can do that as well. And the last thing is this little guy here, which is the actual little tea bag tag, I suppose. And that's just a little hexagon. Again, you just fold it in half. These are the little mats that go on it if you want to mat it, like I've done here. So that's mine. Here I've just really enlarged it to go with this big bag. Fold it in half, and then I've just matted the front of it. I didn't mat the back because I don't mat the back because I'm lazy. Anyway, so I just wanted to show those with you. So yeah, I made my little teapot album, which was so much fun. It was so much fun to do fun things. And yeah, I used this paper and this SVG set, and I would really encourage you to have a go at it if you think it looks like fun, because it really was. And so anyway, thanks for joining me today and checking out my little album, and I hope that you stick around. Maybe subscribe to my channel because I have lots more projects coming along, and I also have near, I don't know, 80 or more videos and tutorials on making SVG mini albums on my YouTube channel. So stick around and have a look. Put a comment if you have anything you'd like to say. I always try to reply, and I'd love a thumbs up as well. So thanks very much for your time today, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.